Welcome into the Chiefs Report. It is roster cutdown day in the NFL as all 32 NFL teams have to trim to 30 or 53-man rosters down from 80, and the Chiefs have done just that. We're going to break down the notable cuts and, of course, go position by position here as the Chiefs go from 80 to 53 players. Andy Reid, Brett Veach having to make some tough decisions, but that is just the way it goes here on roster cutdown days. So we'll see. This is the initial 53-man roster. Keep in mind, waiver wire hits at noon Eastern tomorrow. Some new moves probably still to come for the Chiefs, so keep that in mind. We'll have a fresh video out tomorrow for you guys. That's why you should subscribe, because we're closing in on 32,000 subscribers. Help us get there here on the channel, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. If you want to share that link with your friends, tell them to subscribe. Get more Chiefs fans in here, grow Chiefs Kingdom here on the Chiefs Report. Daily videos, the latest news, rumors, and much more here on the show. All right, let's go quarterback here as we'll go from offense to defense. We found out earlier today that Shane Buechele did make the cut, so the Chiefs will carry three quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Chad Henne, Shane Buechele, and quite frankly, Buechele earned a roster spot. He did. He's put in work for over a year as a UDFA last year. The Chiefs elevated him a year ago after the Cardinals tried to poach him from the practice squad, and the way he played in camp and in the preseason, I thought was worthy of a roster spot. So good for Shane. I think he still has a chance to be that long-term backup quarterback to Mahomes. The Chiefs did keep Chad Henne, so he is QB2, but Buechele makes the cut as a third-string quarterback. Let's go running back now. Four backs and then a fullback here. Ronald Jones did make the cut. We'll talk about that in a second. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jarrett McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco, the rookie who has shined throughout the preseason. Ronald Jones makes it. And then Michael Burton, the veteran fullback, as Andy Reid always carries a fullback. Jones, according to Andy Reid, figured out, quote, our way of doing things. So Andy Reid basically said today, hey, in the final week, the final preseason game, Ronald Jones kind of figured out how we like to do things around here. So what does that mean? Does that mean he wasn't practicing hard? Does that mean he was kind of half-assing early in camp? I don't know, but he had a strong final preseason game. Andy Reid called him a good football player. So for now, he's on the roster. Still a lot to prove, in my opinion, for Ronald Jones. All right, let's go to receiver. Only five. Five receivers make the team: Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Sky Moore, McCole Hardman, and Justin Watson. Daurice Fountain, bit of a surprise cut, I'll be honest. I thought he was worthy of making the roster. I'm not going to freak out about it as he's literally never done anything in the regular season. But he is a player that has special teams value. I thought he would make this team. He did not. We broke it down earlier today. Josh Gordon got released. Andy Reid did say that there's a chance he could return. Corey Coleman also got cut. He was a player that kind of forced his way onto the bubble. I think he could be a practice squad candidate. But all in all, just the top five guys make it. Justin Watson earning a roster spot, and no Daurice Fountain. So some minor surprises there. I could see Fountain and Cornell Powell returning to the practice squad. Are you surprised the Chiefs are only keeping five receivers? Let me know down in the comments. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think. I'm a bit surprised. I'm not crazy surprised, but I am mildly surprised. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Are you surprised that the Chiefs are only going to carry five receivers? Four tight ends for Kansas City. That is Travis Kelce, Jody Fortson, Noah Gray, Blake Bell. Now, no real surprises here. Obviously, Kelce speaks for itself. Jody Fortson, he's earned his way into being a big-time player on this offense. Noah Gray, fourth-round pick last year. The Chiefs like where he's at. Blake Bell, who had hip surgery, he's going to go to IR tomorrow, according to reports. So that will free up a roster spot. Could that bring back a guy like Danny Shelton, who got cut? We'll explore that a little bit later, but that should free up one roster spot. They wanted to carry him through the initial 53. Once they put him on IR, they'll have a spot to work with, and we'll see what they do. Maybe they add a sixth receiver. Maybe Daurice Fountain comes back. We'll have to wait and see. Offensive line here, 9 players. You got the starters, Andrew Wiley at right tackle for now, Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. Every week starters, obviously. Jaron Christian make the team. Nick Allegretti, Prince Tega Wannego, and then Darian Kennard, the rookie out of Kentucky. Lucas Niang, who we've broken down for you guys, he is on the PUP list, so he doesn't count against the initial 53. What that means is he will count again, or he will be out for the first 4 weeks of the regular season if he gets healthy. I expect him to get activated and potentially be that starting right tackle. We'll have to wait and see after week 4. But 9 linemen make it. Number 10, Lucas Niang, he's on the PUP list. We'll see what happens here in about a month or so. BetUS is our sportsbook partner here at the Chiefs Report, and if you want to bet on Chiefs games all season long, you can do so by creating an account today at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use promo code Chiefs125. Put down $100, you get $125 for free. Put down $200, you get $250 for free. They'll match your bonus up to $500, which would then get you $600 for free. If you're a sports betting beginner, I suggest using that promo code because you'll get some extra money to play with. Week 1 odds: Chiefs only 3.5-point favorites against the Cardinals. I get it's a road game, but no DeAndre Hopkins as he's suspended. I like the Chiefs minus 3.5. The over-under is 53.5. High scoring game. Producer Sam, our gambling god, as we call him here at Chat Sports, he's gassing the over in this one. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Promo code Chiefs125. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball here. A lot of guys making it. 10 players here. Frank Clark, Derek Nottie, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis. No surprises there. Michael Dana, not a surprise. Carlos Dunlap, not a surprise. Tershawn Wharton, he was safe. Kalen Saunders earned a roster spot as well. Malik Herring makes it, and Joshua Kando. I thought it would be one or the other, but they both make it, I should say. Notable cuts here: Taylor Stallworth, Danny Shelton. I could see one of these guys returning once Blake Bell reverts to IR tomorrow, so keep an eye on that. A couple of veterans who have produced in this league. I'm monitoring that situation closely. I think one of these guys has a very good chance of returning. We'll have to wait and see what the Chiefs do, but they're going to bring in somebody because Blake Bell going to IR will free up a roster spot. What is the Chiefs' strongest position group? Defensive line was considered a weakness 2 months ago. Now, I think they're pretty deep there. Let me know. Strongest position group on the team. I mean, obviously, when you have Patrick Mahomes, quarterback's going to be pretty strong. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Maybe it's linebacker. The 1-2 punch of Willie Gay and Nick Bolton is pretty strong. Leo Chenal makes the team. So does Darius Harris. Now, you're probably saying, Harrison, there's only 4 linebackers making the squad. Well, Elijah Lee, who got cut, reportedly will be back. So that could be the guy who takes Blake Bell's spot on the 53. That is the report out there, but I still wonder about Shelton and Stallworth. So keep an eye there, but Elijah Lee was the starting Sam linebacker throughout preseason. Now, I would prefer Leo Chenal win that job. You drafted him in the 3rd round, but I think he'll be back. So, again, this roster is not finalized by any means. This is the initial 53-man group. 6 corners make the squad. No real surprises here. Rashad Fenton, Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed. Those are your projected starters. You got Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson, and then special teams ace Chris Lammons. Nothing really to see here. I thought maybe Lammons would get cut and then come back after the Bell move to IR, but he does make the initial 53. Only 4 safeties: Juan Thornhill, Justin Reid. Obviously, Reid, your Tyrann Mathieu replacement. Thornhill looking for a big year as he enters the final year of his rookie contract. Rookie Brian Cook taken in the 2nd round. He's on the team as well, as is Deion Bush, is a special teams contributor and a guy that has some reps at the safety position as he spent the last few years with Chicago. 4 safeties in total making this squad. And then to wrap things up, the special teams unit, easiest thing to figure out here. Harrison Butker's the kicker, great first name. Tommy Townsend's the punter, and then James Winchester, the long snapper for Kansas City. That was never in doubt. Those would be your 3 specialists for Kansas City. All right, grade the roster as a whole. How do you feel about this team? I think it's an A. I think this is a loaded squad. You cut some good players here. I think this is a team that should compete for a Super Bowl here in 2022. A, B, C, D, or F. Grade the roster for me, and we'll see you tomorrow here on the Chiefs Report.